Hey everyone, welcome back to another Godzilla Battleline video, and today is a different, more serious video than what we're probably used to. This isn't a guide, this isn't a gameplay, let's play, or whatever. This is a serious conversation I think needs to be had between the community and the developers of Battleline. Now, I just want to say that the amount of fun I'm having in the game hasn't changed, and I know there's plenty of community members that feel the same. However, I wanted to address what is happening right now in the game, and it seems that the player count for Battleline has dropped drastically, and I haven't been able to personally check any counters or trackers for GBL. However, tons of people in my Discord are in the top percentage of players, including myself, and we're progressing through wins way too rapidly. We're at the tops and tops of the leaderboards. We have someone that is usually floating in the top 500 now. They're 16th in the world, and they've only really been playing a few matches a day. They're not really competing for that spot. So 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago even, it was a very, very hard to be placing up in those ranks, but now it looks like we can place there with very minimal effort, and the only reason that could even be the case is because of low player rate. And I don't want to just take that and be like, oh, we're progressing really fast. We're not like the best or whatever, but we're in the top 16. But engagement for the game is falling on Twitter. There's less people talking about it online. There's a lot of, in the early months of the game, there's a lot of people joining up Reddits and Discords and Facebook groups and stuff like that. But now it seems like it's slowed down. Yes, there's a lot of new players that are coming to the game, but how many of these new players are sticking around for the long run? And that's what I want to discuss. There needs to be better ways in the game to keep longtime players and newer players involved. So I'm going to give you a list of what is happening right now in the game, and then I'm going to also give a list of some of the things that I think could be good fixes for this. Now, I'm going to ask that you send this to Toho. I don't care how you send it to them. I honestly think tweeting at Godzilla Battleline with a link to this video probably would be good. Sending it to them through their website or through the game's in-game inquiry section could be good. They need to be able to hear the community, and I know that they listen, but it seems like they're not retaining any players, and the game will die without players. So let's try to get them involved somehow with the community and try to bring Godzilla Battleline up and up, because I think this game has a lot of potential for the long run, and it seems like Toho really wants to support it for a long time. So I think this is something that we should totally try and get behind and maybe get Battleline on board with. So I'm just going to go into my lists and we're just going to take it from there. As you can already tell, this is kind of a rant video, and I love to ramble. If you know me, I love to ramble, so let's just go. Let's get into it. So I want to talk about what's happening right now, and I guess these are pretty much the negatives, right? What is negatively impacting the game? So there's less players. Obviously, we're going to get into how to discuss that, but because there's less players, it means there's more bots. And, it's very, very obvious when a player is fighting a bot, and bot games in a PvP game, if it's just all bots that we're facing, it's not going to get very fun. Bots are super easy to wreck. I know a member of my Discord has taken down all of the Rodan challenges pretty much just by facing bots, and good for them. Complete those challenges, do what you got to do, and grind your grind, but it shouldn't be the case that we're only facing bots. I've been lucky enough that I'm facing players, but another thing that I want to talk about to that, and this is a segue, is I'm facing the same players over and over and over again, and this is because of the low player count. There's also no ways to grind units in this game, and I know it's a gacha game and it's RNG, but like Marvel Strike Force has ways that you can grind specific units. I know there's not too many characters in the game at the moment, but there can be something done like, hey, I really want to work on the Dorats, let me mark them or something, and maybe I can get an increased drop chance in my maps for Dorats, or maybe I can go complete this challenge and I can guarantee myself some Dorats. There just needs to be some kind of way where we can grind a unit, because none of the new units, not even the new 2 and 3 star units, are being used that heavily because they're in a giant pool of other units. It's so hard to get them leveled up, and to get them from where they start to where all the units are now is insanely difficult, especially for older players who have been in the game for a while and have invested a lot. A lot of their units are level 30. Why would they substitute the new Dorats or the new Super X for their level 30 MBOB base or something, right? Not a very, great choice of units that I picked there, but it is what it is. You know, I have a level 30 unit. I'm not going to go and swap to Super X, and it's going to take me forever to get the Super X level 30. So that's something that needs to be looked into as well. And everyone wants the single player. The single player mode, the Technicolor Guardian event from last season, was a massive, massive, massive success, and it happened at the halfway through point of the month. You know, any engagement you're getting from newer players interested in what's going on in the game is gonna drop. Like for last season, we had Mothra Leo at the start of the season. 15 days later, then we got the single player event, and then it was gone. Like, come on. The single player events need to be starting at the beginnings of the month. The single player events need to be at the beginning, because that's what's going to grip people. And it should last the entire month. It should start at the beginning of the season and go all the way to the end of the season and let us grind that out. It's super fun, the single player. It's super difficult, and people really liked it. And it's just, I don't know why it's not in there to begin with as a default either. But that needs to be fixed. And now I'm just going to segue over to things that can be fixed with the game and how I think they could possibly be fixed. Speaking as a content creator for this game, and one of the only main content creators for this game, I would love to see this game live on and thrive, and I love it. I love the community. Everyone here has been so great. So I'm going to talk about ways that we can possibly fix this. All right, so things that I think Toho could do to fix the game right now, and I'm not talking about bug fixes or unit fixes. I'm just talking about things that they could do to build up their engagement again with the game, because it seems like the player rate is falling. Number one on my list is have a more active social media presence and engage with the community. Every few days they'll post something, or they'll post a video, and it's like, okay, great, they're not interacting with tweets, they're not doing all this stuff. However, I will say in their defense, they did the live stream, which was awesome. I'm a big fan of the live stream. Keep doing those. And I was a very, very, very big fan of the Godzilla Day vote poll. Now, we don't know if we're ever going to be able to vote on another unit again, but we know that that poll was only for Godzilla Day, and so Godzilla Day is going to come around on November 3rd, and then the next one is going to be in a year from that November 3rd. So November 3rd, 2022. Is that how long we're going to have to wait for another community poll? Because I think that's the most Toho's ever engaged in the community in one sitting, is with that poll. Next is to get content creators involved with the product, and I'm not even talking about myself, right? I don't even make any money from YouTube. I have 750 something subs, and I'm doing this for fun, and I love it, right? I'm not even asking Toho to ask me to do anything, right? They should be going to like D-Man 1954, Monster Island Buddies, Dangerville, Goji Center, Godzilla YouTubers, huge Godzilla YouTubers. They should be going to them, trying to partner with them, and seeing if these Godzilla YouTubers will either play the game on a live stream or make a video about the game or tweet about the game or something, because they have such massive followings online that Godzilla Battleline could really benefit from that. I'm not thinking that every Godzilla fan on the planet has tried Battleline. People may not even know that Battleline exists, but having a major Godzilla themed YouTuber talk about it would be amazing and super beneficial. I know like Marvel Strike Force and Raid Shadow Legends and Marvel Future Revolution all have like envoy type programs where the companies, whichever they are for Raid and then Marvel, will give the content creators early looks at some of the newer content that's coming out and let them talk about it maybe a little bit early after an embargo date lifts, or give them early access to something or deals or something so that they can show it all off to the community and hype it up. And Toho hasn't done any of that, and it's seriously showing, because if you're having these popular YouTubers and streamers play the game, it could really rack up presence, especially if these big names are interested in it. And again, on this list I had a campaign, like a permanent campaign, and I'm not talking about the event. Technicolor Guardian and whatever the Jet Jaguar ones, those should start at the beginnings of the month, and they should come every month. There should be a new event campaign like that. But there should be a permanent campaign with missions that we can farm pieces on. Like, oh, I'm on chapter 1, level 4, and I can start farming my Dorats now. Or I'm on chapter 1, level 10, and I can start farming Manila. So that to me would let the game last longer. If there was a campaign that we could follow, maybe not necessarily a story, but something to grind besides PvP, then that would be huge. This game has massive potential for some strategic kaiju battles, And if there's no people in PvP to PvP with, then the game is gonna die. There needs to be a permanent single player mode, and if we could farm pieces from that, that would be huge, because getting pieces for your unit is what's holding a lot of people back. Especially with newer units, we want the new units. New players want the new units, and you know what? If a brand new player sees Kiryu on November 3rd when he's supposed to come out and says, oh my gosh, I love Kiryu, I love Mechagodzilla 3, I love Tokyo SOS, let me go in and get him, and then they spend some gems that you're going to give them, 2,000 gems or whatever, they're going to open up maps and they don't get Kiryu, you know what they're going to do? They're going to leave. You should be offering players the 4 stars as they come out at level 1, like for free, right? I'm not saying give people 4 stars. Maybe in the pass, at level 1 in the pass, if you buy the Godzilla pass, you get a free 4 star. Maybe by completing event missions, you get 1 free 4 star, but that's it. You guarantee that they get just a taste of the monster, and it will keep them grinding for more chances to get Kiryu higher and higher. Like, if I could log on when Kiryu comes out and get the Godzilla pass, and at level 1 I get Kiryu, I'm buying the pass for sure. I mean, I buy it anyway every season. But I would buy it 100% if the 4 star was at the first level. Then if I could get a free 4 star during the event missions, and I could guarantee that as a creator, I'm getting Kiryu or whoever it is to level 2 on maybe like the first or second day, that's huge for me. I would love to keep doing that, and then grind for more pieces would be great. Getting these characters up higher and higher is such a problem that it is turning people away from the game, especially long-term players and newer players. And my last thing on this list that I had, and it's been personally annoying me, but I know I've seen a lot of complaints about it online, is Toho is announcing their new units way too close to when they drop. You know, I give you an example. We knew about Fire Road Dam from the live stream. That's smart. I like that. They put him in the live stream and they talked about him, right? For Kong, they talked about Kong and Godzilla like the second week, and Godzilla 21, the second week the game was out, you know, like it was huge, like, and it built up so much hype. We didn't know the Dorats were coming until like the day before. We didn't know Super X was coming until like the day before. Like we didn't even know it was the Super X. It just said be on the lookout for a new unit, and we were like, oh gosh, what could it be? What could it be? And then it's the Super X. Toho needs to, on social media, have a larger presence of hyping up their units. Marvel Strike Force does this thing where Weapon X, like Wolverine, Sabretooth, Silver Samurai, Lady Deathstrike, and Omega Red. They're the next units that are all coming to the game, but we've known about them now for like a month-ish, maybe half a month that we've known they're coming, we've known what they're going to do and all that. That is something that this game should be doing. It's a strategy game. It's a PvP strategy game. Godzilla Battle Line. We should be knowing what the units are and what they do ahead of time so we can plan and make preparations for it. It doesn't help the community that they're just dropping a unit the night before and saying good luck finding him. Like, or them, or her, whatever the unit is. They need to be transparent with what's coming out and when it is coming out and what the units do so that the community can build hype for it. Be like, oh my god, Destroyer Perfect Form is coming. I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait for his beam attack or his horn laser slice, or oh, Gigan 2004 is coming. I can't wait for his chainsaw variant. Like, these are things that can build hype. It's just by engaging the community and letting us know what's coming before it comes, because it's just going to catch us by surprise. And then when we're scrambling to get whatever it is, and if we don't get it, it sucks. So Toho needs to totally look into that, because I think it would help them. So I know that I've just been rambling for like 13-14 minutes, whatever it is, and if you made it to the end, thank you so much. But these are just some of the things that I think is going on with the game that Toho could be doing better, and I don't want to see this game fall down. I really like it. It has huge potential. I think there are just things that Toho needs to be doing better. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that you like this video to try and get it pumping up. Put it on like Reddit, or make some of your Godzilla YouTubers that you know aware of it, or make Toho aware of it. Post it on Toho, maybe not main Toho's Twitter, but Toho Games Twitter, or Godzilla Battle Line Twitter specifically. We just need to try and get Toho and Godzilla Battle Line to see that the fans really want the game to succeed, and maybe they'll listen to some of the changes. And you know, this video doesn't have to be the end all be all. There are probably changes that I didn't even think of, you know, and things that people like or dislike that I didn't even think of or mention. But just to get Toho talking with the fans and try to get some kind of change, I think we can totally save the game. I think that it's suffering from a low player count because it is hard to progress, and it's hard to get what you want, so maybe Toho can find a compromise somewhere with the fans. But that's just my 2 cents. That's what I think. I'm sorry that it's kind of a longer format video than what you're used to, and it's a rant. It's not really a gameplay thing, but I feel like I just had to get it out after all the conversations I've had about the low player count today. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.